All right. Ooh. All right, guys. This is the theme today. We are on The Price is Right. We have a lot of guests here. It's going to be wonderful. So our first contestant for The Price is Right is your very own Carrie Van Dyke. Come on up, Carrie. Yeah, almost. Our next contestant on The Price is Right, Tim Pearson. All right, and our last and final guest, let's see who's not eating, Tom Ray. You're the next contestant. The Price is Right. I love it. Thank you, Rotarians. Okay, if you guys recall, so I told my daughter I was going to do this idea. She's 15. And she goes, "What's The Price is Right, Mom?" Oh. And so I had to show her what it was. So here's the deal, Rotarians. You have a chance to win a great prize. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. So you have to make an estimate that does not go over to be the winner. And the question is, how much money did we hand out this year for scholarships? All right? Perry.
No, like how many students?
No hints.
From our club.
From our club,
Okay.
this year, 2022, how much money did we give out for scholarships this year?
Did we or are we?
We just awarded them. Let's
Okay,
think about
yeah,
it. Yeah. Very literal people up here. All right. So remember, like the episode I showed my daughter was a PlayStation, right? And it gets PlayStation.
Right.
Yeah.
So
You can't go over. All right, Carrie.
Go first.
I'm gonna guess $16,000.
All right, we've got one guess for $16,000. Tim.
$20,001.
All right, you guys are going high. Now remember, we haven't had a car show for 2 years. So, all right, here we go, Tom.
15,000.
They've all overbid.
So what-
Erase the boards, please. Go lower.
Thank you for knowing the rules of the game. Okay, let's try this one more time.
8,500.
All right.
8,555.
Oh, the strategy.
7,500.
Perry, you are the winner. Ding, 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 ding. $8,500. So, gentlemen, you're really good for duties.
Okay.
All right.
You gotta stay here with me.
Did she get the $500 bonus for the exact bid?
Right? Dang it.
Am I in the final showcase?
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have questions because I thought a slideshow might be rather boring. Yeah. And so, but we will progress through the slideshow. So the first question I have for you.
Wait, I have to answer this?
Yes, you do. You're the perfect candidate. It's okay. You look great. So, what year was the first Concours?
Oh, I have to do math.
I would have gotten
1972.
Isn't she smart, you guys? That is right, my goodness. So the Rotary Club of Forest Grove has been doing our car show since 1972. So it's changed over time, obviously, but we're really proud of our tradition, our guests, if you might notice. We're gearing up for that. And so the purpose of our car show is to do two things. Do I just press the arrow? Enter maybe?
No. It's a PDF. You just have to scroll.
Oh, you have it as a PDF. 2 fingers. There we go. Oh, too much. Too much. It's quite possible. Okay, so my next question for you, Perry, you're being a great contestant, is besides scholarships, what other causes do the proceeds of our car show go to each year?
I know youth sports
Yes.
is one.
That was our original one, yeah.
Yeah.
Sports and scholarships.
Yes, okay, but there's more.
No, I think that, yeah. So when we look at what our car show actually does, we take half of the income from the car show and we put some of it towards our youth sports and some of it goes to these great kids out here for the scholarships we're doing. There's a split on how much goes to Pacific and how much stays with Forest Grove. That's part of the history of our club. So when we look at what our scholarship, who can participate in our scholarship, we service Forest Grove, Banks, and Gaston. And that's because there's Rotary clubs all over the place. And so Hillsborough has their scholarships, Beaverton has their scholarships and that sort of thing. So next question, Ms. Perry. Thank you for being such a good contestant. What other community organization has helped put money towards our scholarship program over the years? They did it for about 10 years. Oh, Tim knows, but no?
Oh, the Knights of Pythia.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! Ding, 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 ding. Yes, the Knights of Pythias. And I would be remiss to not pay homage to Joe Post during this presentation. But he had a long-standing relationship with the Knights of Pythias, and so for several years, it was about a decade, the Knights of Pythias helped put money towards our scholarship program, and so we have a long legacy of working with them. All right. So, in what year and in what amount did our endowment begin?
Ooh, I was there that year.
COVID has a way of messing with your timeline.
I know.
Yeah,
But I want to say.
it was before COVID.
Yeah.
Janine's year.
It was, because we were all at prime time. I remember this, and Leslie Halleck was there, and we had like a sign. So
there was a big check.
2017-18.
Nice job, 2017. And then, do you remember what we started with?
25.
25,000. Thank you guys. Cheer our contestant on. She's doing such a good sport up here. Wonderful. Thank you. You have one more question, lady. Harry.
Oh, I thought you were sending me back to the city.
No, sorry.
I didn't know there was a test.
You're being such a good sport. It's so much more fun than me talking to these slides. So our endowment, the idea behind the endowment is that we would be able to provide perpetual scholarships to our community. And so portion, as applications have changed over the years, we actually don't have as many kids applying to Pacific University every year. And so as we kind of divvy up the funds, we've had some excess, and it's like, well, what do we do with that? And so we put that in the endowment. It's overseen by Pacific University, and it grows and it grows. And so the potential of that is that that will be a place that we can provide even more scholarships for Pacific University students specifically. We haven't tapped into it yet. We're accumulating, hoping it will grow over time. And, let's see. I was going to ask one more question because in this group, this was going to be a real trick question. And I had to do it because of Joe. Do you remember, or do you know the year that Joe became the chairperson of the scholarship committee? I know.
1957.
Close, Tom. Close. Very.
2024.
2012?
2006.
It was 2006?
It was 2006.
Wow.
So,
It was a lot.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he had been the chair for, what is that, 14 years? 13 years? In this group, how many people have been on the scholarship committee? Janine has, Mary. We have such a good group, and so it's really awesome. So yes, round of applause for our people in the scholarship, and thank you for sharing. That was your final question. Your advice is a lot of warm, fuzzy feelings.
Thank you, Sharon.
You're welcome, absolutely. So my apologies, I don't have updated numbers on the endowment, but as of the 2020 fiscal year, our endowment was up to about $32,000, so that kind of piggybacks the previous question. Yeah, it is awesome, and so it's larger than that now. I was a little delayed in getting this year's numbers, so that's on me. So here are the stats for this year. So last year, I think we've talked about it, we only had 14 scholarship applications last year, and it skyrocketed back up to 33, which is awesome. We had a great turnout from Forest Grove High School, just a few from Banks, one from Gaston, and we had only one person out of those 33 going to Pacific University, and she's one of our guests today, Michaela, so that's awesome. And Perry hit the nail on the head. We sent out $8,500 of scholarships this year. So, I like charts. Here's a chart. That just kind of shows you the history of our program and kind of where we have been over time as far as applications. You can see, obviously, that was an abnormality, and so we're glad to see those numbers back up. So, the original estimates by our wonderful contestants, Tim, Tom, and Perry, would have been very close to the amount of scholarships we've given out in the past. And it's just because we've had 2 years of Concord absence that we haven't had that. And so I think it's a wonderful reminder to our club. We're grateful to the club for cash reserves. Yes?
I don't mean to interrupt your.
Please.
But I got to thinking, you were once a recipient.
I was.
Let's hear about it.
All right, I will. I was a recipient. I went to Newburgh High School, and I graduated class of 2000, and I was a Rotary scholarship recipient. One thing that I was really proud of when I was in high school, and I'm going to have our guests be able to share the one thing they're really proud of in high school, so you can think about that, because you're going to be able to be put on the spot here soon, is we started a club, and the purpose of the club at the high school was it was called SHOCK. We named it SHOCK. It was an acronym SHOC, no K, Students Helping Our Community. And the purpose was that as a club, any club in the community of Newburgh can come to us and say, we need volunteers, we need help. I'm the Rotary Club, I need help with this. I'm the Senior Center, I need help with this. I am a street cleanup, I need help with this. And they would come to the shop club, and we would tell them, we've got students. This person is available here, this person is available here, right? And I think it was because of that, spearheading that club, that I got to be a Rotary Scholarship recipient, which was great. And it's neat to see circle back, because when we talk about our scholarships and when we reviewed the applicants from this year, all of them are amazing students. But the other component of that is an engagement with the community and a desire to be a good citizen and a desire to give back to others and all of those ideals that capture what Rotary is about. So, we have 4 guests. Thank you so much for coming today. I know they're on summer break now, and so I'm really grateful they all came. I'm going to leave this up so everybody can see the other winners. But will our 4, Michaela, Lily, Maggie, Natalie, will you guys come up here? Let's give them a round of applause. You snuck in. Thank you for coming. Yeah. I was out one door. You must have snuck in the back. So here are the other recipients. I think the people online can see them as well. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put you guys on the spot. This is a nice group of people. And if you would share your name, what high schools, I'll just tell them. Banks, Forest Grove. There we go. Where you're going to go to school, what you intend to study, and something you're proud of for high school. Because I think Butch made a really good comment, like I think about you guys, and if I'm not mistaken, you made it through your first freshman year of high school in class. You got to do about 4 months of sophomore year?
We made it through the semester.
Yes, to move through the semester, and then you got to do your senior year. So what an unusual experience, and I think as Rotarians, we would appreciate hearing something you're really proud of, or maybe something you're excited about. Because we want to honor you, and it's a pep talk to the club to, like, you know, do the car show because of you guys, right? So, all right, you're up.
My name is Natalie Rizzo. I'm going to Gonzaga University, and I intend on studying business administration. One thing I'm proud of is being vice president of our National Honor Society program and co-running our middle school STEAM program.
Awesome, thank you.
Hi, I'm Maggie Strublow. I plan on going to Oregon State and studying biohealth sciences with an option of pre-med. And then one thing I'm proud of is that we got together and set up through NHS. I'm treasurer, and we did stud muffin, which is a boys volleyball tournament, and then donated all the camp food drives to the local food bank and things.
That's cool.
I don't want to use this. I don't like talking through a microphone. I'm Michaela Takahashi. I'm going to Pacific next year. I'm going to study.
Go Boxers.
Yeah, thank you. Kinesiology, pre-physician's assistant pathway.
Yes.
And then one of the things that I'm proud of is my involvement with youth sports, helping coaching both wrestling and soccer. And then just kind of the impact that I've had on the athletic programs at the school. And being a good leader and hopefully helping develop some of our athletic programs at the high school. So,
Thank you.
Okay, my name's Lily Everson. I'm going to Oregon Tech.
Go Hustlin' Owls.
And I'm planning on studying diagnostic medical sonography, or the ultrasound program. And one thing I'm proud of is probably all the youth basketball camps, like the summer ones and the spring break ones, and working with all the little kids.
Hi, my name is Blake Garcia. I will be attending Oregon Tech as well. I will be majoring in biology and health sciences, and then going to OHSU for their diploma program. And then what I'm proud of is my club being nominated for Club of the Year at Forest High School. I actually was the president of the Health Occupation Students of America Club at our school, and we hosted the blood drive there with the Red Cross. So I worked really close with the coordinator, and we saved over 100 lives with all the donations from the students and the staff.
It's really easy to see how awesome these students are and why, you know, they receive the scholarships, a stud muffin volleyball tournament,
Yeah.
right? A blood drive. Amazing, guys. This is amazing stuff. And so it's really exciting to be able to work so hard as a club and then give back to these students. Before I get them off the spotlight, does anybody want to ask any questions of them? All right, you can do them. You know, like, no, please. And so it's always just great to be able to share the success of our fundraisers and what that's doing for you guys. Do you have any questions of me? I'm standing up here. No?
You did a great job.
Thank you. All right, so that's great. I'm going to pass this off to our club president.